You cannot invite Lakshmi without inviting Nara. You have to take up your energy to the higher realm. Only then your visualization is going to work. I am the Swarupam of the divine, and therefore I am carefree. This is dedicated to all of you who are living in the path of Sanatana Dharma. Hari Om Shri Matre Namaha. So here again, blessings to all of you who are viewing this channel. And thank you for the overwhelming support you gave me for my previous video, which was Prasanna Skandamala Mantram. Okay. So I've decided to give you the content, that is, every episode will be a core content which will be highly beneficial to you. So I request you to subscribe, share, and also if you wish to contribute to the expenses occurred for this recording, etc., we welcome you to support Sri Amritavashini, and you can give your contributions to the number which is mentioned in the description. Thank you once again for all of you. And now here I am with the, as we always call it, Vedic law of attraction. So today the world is running behind wealth. Like you know, everybody is running behind wealth. And wealth itself is not bad. So wealth is that which has to be acquired. So there are various methods which have been mentioned right from the Vedic times. So I've already posted some videos on Sri Suktam. Okay, so here I'm going to give you a series of videos. So watch everything so that you can learn the chanting properly with the proper understanding and the proper way of doing the prayogam. Okay, so here we are going to talk about the Lakshmi Narayana Hridayam. I will tell you what it is. It is known as the Atharva Rahasyam. So it occurs in the Uttara Bhaga of the Atharvana Veda. So it is a Vedic chant. So you're going to learn it in the series of videos. So it's a very rare chant and most people are not aware of it, but it is highly powerful in the sense that it is capable of giving you all the Purushartha. So let me go first into what is Purushartha. Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha. This is called as Purushartha. Dharmartha, Kama, Moksham. Even in Ganapati Atharvasisham we say Dharmartha, Kama, Mokshansa, Vindati. So this is known as the Purushartha. So first is Dharma. So the Dharma, that is, Dharma is what is need to be followed. So that is called as the Dharma. We call Sanatana Dharma. A Dharma which is imperishable is Sanatana Dharma. Artha is all the materialistic wealth. Artha means all the materialistic wealth. So all the materialistic wealth comes under Artha, and Kama is all the pleasures you derive out of the Artha is Kama. So you can even say why we seek materialistic wealth. Immediately you will say for protection. Isn't it? See, we need to have food, we need to have shelter, we need to have a livelihood. So we need Artha, of course, yes. That's a basic need. And above that, whatever is acquired, it is the, extravagance, but it is the showering of blessing of the nature. The Mula Prakriti is showering on you, that is the extreme wealth. So wealth itself, though it is Maya, it is divine. So materialistic wealth is needed. Okay, now I am coming to here. So this Artha also means The people who are surrounding you. For example, if you're getting married, why do you get married? Right? So to give a protection. Your children, your artha. And all the happiness and pleasure you derive from the artha is kama. Okay, even if you're cuddling your baby, it's kama. Is it clear to you? So the three, dharma, artha, kama, is promised by this stotra, Atharva Rahasya. And the fourth thing is moksha. Moksha, liberation. We call it as liberation. So the liberation is what we are going to talk, is not the Vaikundam you attain after you die. Not that. As you are there on this earth, enjoying the divine bliss within you, feeling I am blessed, I am blissful, I lack nothing, I am totally a divine being. So, living your life with a total liberation, I am not limited. I am not limited by this body. I am not limited by this. I am not worried about anything because the divine providence is there for me, and that is moksha. That only is liberation. So, the happiness of the mind, because we think the happiness is derived from outside, but the happiness of the mind is guaranteed here, which you call as the moksha. Therefore, by reciting this Atharva Rahasyam, which is known as the Lakshmi Narayana Hrudayam, okay, so you are promised all the Purushartha. So you will be walking in the path of Dharma. And you will get immense wealth. Again, I call it as Vedic law of attraction. It's not simply focusing your mind. I've been repeatedly telling you that. Simply sit, close your eyes and visualize, visualize, visualize. Okay, it's not going to work. You have to take up your energy to the higher realm. Only then your visualization is going to work. See, I've seen people talking about visualization and saying that visualize the car. So, the car, the color of the car, as though you're driving inside the car. The smell you will get inside the car. The upholstery which are there inside. Definitely, yes, you can do it, but you're not going to have any effort of it, no source of income you're getting, and you're simply sitting and visualizing it. Is it going to work? So you need to have the knowledge to earn. You need to have you have to get the source of income. All this has to be given by the wisdom, which will only come only when you raise your vibration. So that's what I've been trying to tell you all these years. Therefore, so Artha will come, immense wealth is promised here. And the Kama, because the immense wealth should be enjoyable. It should not be, giving you the burden. It should be enjoyable. Also, this can be recited for people who want to get married, who want their children to be married, who want, any other, build a house, whatever. So for any purpose, you can use it. That's why what we call is the Kama, because Artha is there, Kama should come, means you need to have a good house, good resident, and also good health. So this stotra promises you good health also. Hope you understand. So dharma, artha, kamam, and the moksham is the liberation of the mind. That is the total sharanagati to the divine providence and realizing that aham brahmasmi. I am the swarupam of the divine, and therefore I am carefree. I am not careless, but I am carefree. Okay, so I am not tensed up. I am not stressed out. So I keep moving. So all these are promised in this stotra. Okay, and now I'll just go into the explanations of the stotra and then teach you the stotra. So here normally I find people worshipping Mahalakshmi. See, the most beautiful puja everyone does at home is Varalakshmi Vratam. But to invite Lakshmi, I'll have to invite Narayana with her. But most of us forget to worship Narayana. The couple, that is the Lakshmi and Narayana, are inseparable. You cannot invite Lakshmi without inviting Narayana. They are inseparable. Say in Shiva Shakti, we say Ardhanarishwaravam. Same is here. The masculine energy of Vishnu, Narayana, and the energy Mahalakshmi, they go hand in hand. So they are together. They are the twin. So they are joined always. Therefore, this stotra has to be recited together. So initially, you'll be reciting the Narayana Hrudayam, and then you will recite Lakshmi Hrudayam, and again you will recite Narayana Hrudayam. So you have to recite, that is, Lakshmi Hrudayam has to be encapsulated in between two Narayana Hrudayam. So this is the first thing you have to learn. The rest of the Prayogam I will explain to you as we go into the video. Okay. And also, what do you mean by Hrudayam? So the Hrudayam is the ultimate, you can say. Okay. And it is the core. It is the core. See, you know, when a person dies, the heart stops. Okay, so it's a physical heart. Here, the Hrudayam means the inner self, the inner core. So the Narayana Hrudayam, Lakshmi Hrudayam. So the inner core of energy of Narayana and Lakshmi, we are going to invoke here by reciting this stotram. Is it clear to you? So keep following the videos, because if you're going to miss any of the series of the videos, then it means that you're not getting the total benefit. So please, I request you, because there are not many videos on YouTube or any other source which talks about Lakshmi Narayana Hrudayam. So here I am going to teach you with a perfect pronunciation and how you'll have to do the Nyasam, etc. So follow the next videos to have the experience of Lakshmi Narayana Hrudayam and also recite it, because we have the Margasisha month approaching to us. So in the end, I will tell you how you can recite in the Margasisha month. Every day, keep reciting it and keep visualizing the pour of divine energy. And this is dedicated to all of you who are living in the path of Sanatana Dharma. So let us invoke the energy of Mahalakshmi and Narayana. That's why we call it as Lakshmi Narayana Hridaya. Interestingly, you know, like in our Sanatana Dharma only, we keep the ladies first. It's not Narayana Lakshmi, Lakshmi Narayana. We call her Narayana as Lakshmi Pati. We'll have that, Lakshmi Pati, husband of Lakshmi. So when people say Sanatana Dharma doesn't respect women, I feel like laughing, because Sanatana Dharma is the one which respects women. Women were kept in the forefront. Okay, so welcome to the next following episodes. Stay tuned. Sri Matre Namah.